charm and natural sweetness has finally reached you. You're not keeping...
The casting process for the 1964 TV series Bewitched was a careful selection of talents to bring the magical world of Samantha and Darrin to life. Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Samantha, was an obvious choice for the producers. She had already demonstrated her comedic prowess in shows like The Ugliest Girl in Town and Third Rock from the Sun. Her ability to blend humor with warmth made her the perfect choice for the role. Dick York, who played Darrin, was chosen from a list of talented actors. His experience in films like They Came to Cordura and Inherit the Wind showcased his versatility. However, it was his chemistry with Elizabeth Montgomery during the auditions that sealed the deal. Agnes Moorehead, who played Endora, was a renowned actress known for her work in films, radio, and television. Her experience and talent were undeniable, making her the ideal choice for the role of Samantha's mother. The casting of the supporting roles was equally meticulous. David White, who played Larry Tate, was chosen for his ability to balance humor and seriousness. He had a solid background in theater and television, which helped him bring depth to his character. Marion Lorne, who played Aunt Clara, was a seasoned actress with a career spanning over 4 decades. Her quirky charm and comedic timing made her a perfect fit for the role. The casting process for Bewitched was a careful blend of talent, chemistry, and experience. Each actor was chosen for their ability to bring their character to life, creating a magical world that continues to captivate audiences today.
Don't press your luck. Now, what is it you wanted?
Well, I told you, I knew.
The directorial vision behind the 1964 TV series Bewitched was largely shaped by William Asher, who brought his unique style and creative influences to the show. Asher was known for his background in directing and producing comedies, which greatly influenced the lighthearted and humorous tone of Bewitched. One of Asher's key creative influences was his wife, Elizabeth Montgomery, who played the lead role of Samantha in Bewitched. Asher and Montgomery worked closely together, both on and off the set, to develop the show's characters and storylines. This close collaboration resulted in a strong on-screen chemistry between the couple, which added to the show's appeal. Asher's directing style was characterized by his use of long takes and minimal editing, which allowed the actors to fully inhabit their characters and the comedic moments to play out naturally. He also employed a variety of visual techniques, such as point-of-view shots and special effects, to enhance the show's magical elements. In addition to his work with the cast, Asher also collaborated closely with the show's crew, including the writers, producers, and set designers. Together, they created a cohesive and visually appealing world that drew viewers in and kept them coming back for more. Overall, Asher's directorial vision for Bewitched was instrumental in bringing the show to life and ensuring its enduring popularity. His unique style, creative influences, and collaborative approach helped to create a captivating and entertaining series that continues to be cherished by audiences today.
Yes, well, I figured if Dinsdale ever dropped in...
I don't understand. In case...
Bewitched is a classic 1964 TV series that many people love. It's about a witch named Samantha who marries a mortal man, and the funny, shocking, and sad things that happen because of her magical powers. There are lots of interesting facts about this show that you might not know. For example, did you know that the actress who played Samantha, Elizabeth Montgomery, was actually related to another famous actress? Her great-grandmother was the one, and only Elizabeth Allen, a huge star in the early 1900s. Another fascinating fact about Bewitched is that the show was on the air for 8 whole years, and during that time, they made over 250 episodes. That's a lot of magic and mayhem. And even though the show has been off the air for decades, it's still popular today. People all over the world love watching reruns and sharing their favorite memories of the show. One of the things that makes Bewitched so special is the cast of characters. There are so many great roles, but if we had to pick a favorite, it would be Samantha's mother, Endora. She's played by the amazing Agnes Moorehead, and she's always causing trouble with her spells and potions. Endora is a real scene stealer, and she always makes us laugh. But enough about us, what about you? Do you have a favorite character from Bewitched? Or maybe you have a special memory of watching the show with your family or friends. We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. And don't forget to tune in for more fun facts about this classic TV series.
Golf and everything. Couldn't be doing too well.
Erin?
The 1964 TV series Bewitched was filmed primarily in Hollywood, with the interior shot at the General Service Studios. The set design was a crucial aspect of the show's charm, as it recreated the quaint suburban lifestyle of the main character, Samantha, and her husband, Darrin. The Stevens home interior was meticulously designed, with each room reflecting the characters' personalities and the era's aesthetic. The exterior of the Stevens home was a facade built on the studio's backlot, which became an iconic symbol of the show. The production team paid great attention to detail, even mimicking the appearance of a real neighborhood by planting trees and adding a picket fence around the property. Bewitched also utilized exterior locations for various episodes, such as parks, restaurants, and other residential areas. These locations were carefully chosen to maintain the show's enchanting atmosphere and to accommodate the logistical challenges of filming. One notable logistical challenge was the filming of scenes involving special effects, such as Samantha's magical nose twitch. The production team employed innovative techniques and technologies to create these effects, including the use of wires, camera tricks, and early forms of visual effects. Despite these challenges, the production team managed to create a captivating and enduring series that resonated with audiences. The combination of charming set design, innovative special effects, and engaging storytelling made Bewitched a beloved classic in the world of television.
Really, you are dense. It's very simple. This is your other half.
Other half?
I have always enjoyed Bewitched, a TV series from the 1960s that revolves around middle-class suburbia with a magical twist. The show's characters, particularly Samantha's family, provide endless entertainment. The music score and special effects for magic are also major highlights. However, the constant magical mishaps can be overwhelming, such as when Darrin is transformed into various animals by his mother-in-law, Endora. The series is a great depiction of American middle-class suburbia of the 1960s, with Darrin working for an advertising company called McMahon, and Tate and Larry Tate, his boss, being a good friend who often shows up at the wrong times. The social setting is often formal and dignified, with conversations revolving around topics like golf, making it difficult for those who aren't in the same social circle to fit in. Despite the show's age, it remains wildly entertaining, with superior special effects for its time. For older viewers, it can also evoke a sense of nostalgia. Samantha Stevens, the main character, is a wonderful wife who can use her magic to make everyday life more convenient. However, it is worth noting that the Stevens household appears very white bread, and the show's focus on upper-class social settings may not resonate with everyone. Nevertheless, I highly recommend Bewitched to anyone looking for a classic TV show with a magical twist. The creation of the Bewitched score and soundtrack was a collaboration between composer George Bruns and music supervisor Stu Phillips. Bruns, known for his work on Disney films, brought a lighthearted and magical touch to the music, while Phillips, with his background in pop music, ensured the soundtrack stayed current and engaging. The main title theme from Bewitched, composed by Bruns, is a playful and whimsical tune that instantly conveys the show's magical and supernatural elements. The use of harpsichord, flute, and strings creates a charming and enchanting atmosphere, setting the stage for the viewer's journey into the world of Samantha and her magical family. Throughout the series, the music complements the narrative and emotional tone of each episode. For instance, when Samantha casts a spell, the music swells with a magical touch, emphasizing the supernatural occurrences. In moments of tension or drama, the music becomes more somber and intense, reflecting the character's emotions and heightening the viewer's engagement. George Bruns, in an interview, shared his approach to scoring Bewitched, stating the music needed to be playful and magical, yet grounded in reality to maintain the viewer's connection to the characters. This balance between the fantastical and the relatable is evident in the score, which enhances the show's charm and appeal. Stu Phillips, in addition to his role as music supervisor, also composed and produced several pop songs for the series. These songs, performed by popular artists of the time, were featured in various episodes, adding a layer of contemporary relevance to the show. The collaboration between Bruns and Phillips resulted in a memorable and enduring soundtrack that has become synonymous with the series. The music of Bewitched not only enhances the show's narrative and emotional tone, but also stands as a testament to the power of music in storytelling, leaving a lasting impact on viewers and continuing to captivate audiences today.
Well, what are we going to say if food starts popping in from nowhere? I mean, how can we explain it?
Chicken delight.
After a successful run of 8 seasons, the popular television series Bewitched was ultimately canceled. Lead actress Elizabeth Montgomery, who played the character Samantha, had grown tired of the role, and the show's ratings had begun to decline. As a result, the final seasons featured an increased use of reused scripts, and Montgomery's performance appeared to be lackluster. The role of Abner Kravitz was originally offered to Jim Backus, but he declined due to his commitment to Gilligan's Island. The show's setting was revealed in the 3rd season, specifically in the episode Aunt Clara's Victoria Victory, when Aunt Clara mentioned that the Stevens resided in New York. This detail had not been previously disclosed in the series.
There, and also there was a woman sitting there.
Gladys, take your medicine.
One of the most iconic scenes in Bewitched is from the pilot episode, Darrin, Take This Witch, Samantha, where Samantha demonstrates her witch powers to Darrin for the first time. The scene is shot in a simple living room setting, with a focus on Samantha's face as she casts a spell to make a table lamp move without touching it. The cinematography is straightforward, but the performance by Elizabeth Montgomery is captivating. She conveys Samantha's playful and mischievous personality, while also hinting at the character's inner conflict between her love for Darrin and her desire to use her powers. The scene had a significant impact on the audience, as it established the show's supernatural premise and introduced the character of Samantha, who quickly became a fan favorite. According to Montgomery, I knew that Samantha was a unique character, and I wanted to make sure that I portrayed her in a way that was both believable and entertaining. Another iconic scene is from the episode And Then There Were Three, where Samantha's mother, Endora, casts a spell to make Darrin's boss, Larry Tate, fall in love with her. The scene is shot in Larry's office with a focus on the actor's facial expressions and body language. Agnes Moorehead's performance as Endora is over the top and delightful, while David White's portrayal of Larry's awkward infatuation is both funny and endearing. The scene is memorable not only for its humor, but also for its exploration of the theme of acceptance. According to White, the show was always about tolerance and understanding, and this scene was a great example of that. Overall, the iconic scenes in Bewitched are characterized by strong performances, simple yet effective cinematography, and a focus on the show's themes of love, acceptance, and the supernatural. The scenes have resonated with audiences for generations and continue to be celebrated as some of the most memorable moments in television history.
Come sundown, I call you a cab, right?
As of March 2020, Bernard Fox's death in 2016 left Bernie Kopel and Nancy Kovac, who played Alonzo, and Sheila Somers, as the only surviving main adult cast members of Bewitched. The actors who portrayed the Stevens children are also still alive. Prior to the show's premiere, there were protests in Bible Belt states due to fears of promoting devil worship. In Season 4, Episode 21, Hippie, Hippie, Hooray, the kitchen set used in I Dream of Jeannie is shown in Larry and Louise Tate's home, with the Bewitched house visible in outdoor scenes and doubling as Dr. Bellow's residence.
It's scary. The word protection will make the customers think about burglars.
Bewitched, a 1964 TV series, made a significant cultural and social impact. The show, about a witch who marries a mortal, resonated with audiences due to its blend of fantasy, comedy, and romance. It quickly became a hit, influencing pop culture in various ways. The series popularized the nose twitch as a symbol of magic and inspired numerous parodies and references in other media. The character of Samantha, the witch, became an iconic representation of the capable, independent woman, which was empowering for many viewers. Bewitched also contributed to discussions on relevant social themes. It subtly challenged traditional gender roles, as Samantha often used her magic to bypass societal expectations and stereotypes. The show also touched on themes of acceptance and understanding, as Samantha's husband, Darrin, struggled to accept her magical abilities. In essence, Bewitched, with its enchanting storyline and relatable characters, left a lasting impact on television and society, inspiring future productions and sparking conversations on gender roles and acceptance.
Hair. And it would be nice if it had my...
The theme song of Bewitched, composed by Jack Keller with unused lyrics by Howard Greenfield, describes the enchanting effect of witchcraft. The producers initially considered Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered from the musical Pal Joey, but opted for an original song instead. Darrin Stevens, the show's mortal protagonist, graduated from the University of Missouri's class of 1950. He and his witch wife, Samantha, resided at 164 Morning Glory Circle, Westport, Connecticut. The Stevens house remains standing on the Warner Brothers ranch lot in Burbank, California, having appeared in various TV series, movies, and commercials. Originally owned by Columbia Studios, the lot was renamed multiple times, reflecting changes in ownership. Despite these changes, the Stevens house remains a familiar sight, largely unaltered since the show's production.
That's why I didn't want you to send that ad in, because I knew nobody would claim him.
Bewitched, a 1964 television series, received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike. This show's unique blend of fantasy and comedy was praised for its originality. Critics commended the talented cast, particularly Elizabeth Montgomery, who played the lead character Samantha, a witch trying to live a normal life as a housewife. The show's clever writing and charming characters made it a hit with audiences. Audience reactions were overwhelmingly positive. Viewers were drawn to the show's magical elements and relatable characters. The show's humor and charm made it a family favorite, and it remained popular throughout its 8-season run. Bewitched received several award nominations, including multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. In 1966, Elizabeth Montgomery won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television series, musical, or comedy. These accolades are a testament to the show's quality and the talent of those involved. Receiving these awards and nominations was a significant achievement for the cast and crew of Bewitched. It not only validated their hard work and dedication, but also helped to solidify the show's place in television history. These accolades have also contributed to the enduring popularity of the show, which continues to be enjoyed by audiences today.
Better?
No. No, I think it's worse.
In the hit 1964 TV series Bewitched, the character Darrin was renamed to Darling in Japan due to the Japanese language's difficulty in distinguishing L from R sounds. The show has continued to leave its mark on popular culture, with Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha, appearing in a 2019 YouTube comedy series called TV Therapy. In this episode, adult Tabitha seeks therapy for issues stemming from the original series, including her father seeming like two different men. Kasey Rogers, who played Louise Tate on Bewitched, has applied her experience from the show to other creative pursuits. She has successfully written several crafts and interior design books based on the series and holiday occasions. The charm and simplicity of Bewitched continue to resonate with audiences, leaving a lasting impact on television history.
For a long time, when you put career in front of woman, a large part of the woman disappears.
The making of Bewitched was filled with humor and camaraderie. Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Samantha, was known for her practical jokes on set. In one episode, she replaced Dick York's script with a blank piece of paper, causing confusion when he couldn't remember his lines. Behind the scenes, the crew had to be careful when using compressed air to clean sets, as it would often set off the wig's magic sparkles. This led to some unexpected special effects during filming. Agnes Moorehead, playing Endora, was a classically trained actress and sometimes found the lightheartedness of the show challenging. To help her get into character, she'd reportedly drink a shot of vodka before delivering her lines. David White, who played Larry Tate, had a fear of cats. This made filming with the enchanted feline, Mistress Kravitz's Nikki, quite an ordeal for him. The iconic twitching nose effect was achieved by coating a thread with glue and running it up Montgomery's nostril. When she moved her upper lip, it would pull the thread and create the illusion of a nose scrunch. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew formed close bonds. They'd often gather for dinner at Montgomery's home, creating a warm, family atmosphere on and off the set.
De-spell him, Mother.
Very well.
In the long-running series Bewitched, which debuted in 1964, Elizabeth Montgomery is a notable figure as the only cast member to appear in every episode. Sadly, out of the 23 actors and actresses who featured in 10 or more episodes, only 3 were still alive at the show's 50th anniversary in 2014. These included Bernard Fox, who was 87 at the time and held the record for the longest lifespan of any of the actors, and Diane and Erin Murphy, who were 50 and had been born in 1964, the same year as the show's premiere. Notably, the pilot for the show I Dream of Jeannie was developed with the help of Bewitched's director, William Asher, and its iconic opening sequence of Jeannie emerging from a bottle was inspired by the animated opening of Bewitched. Regrettably, Bernard Fox passed away in 2016 at the age of 89.
It makes your hair and your love life easier to manage.
I don't like it.
Bewitched, a 1964 television series, holds a significant place in film history due to its innovative blend of fantasy and comedy. The show's supernatural element, where a witch uses magic to navigate her daily life, was a novel concept at the time, paving the way for future fantasy-based productions. The series had a substantial impact on future filmmaking, particularly in the genres of fantasy and comedy. It demonstrated that these genres could be successfully combined, inspiring numerous productions that followed a similar formula. The show's influence can be seen in various films and TV series, such as I Dream of Jeannie, The Love Guru, and Practical Magic. Moreover, Bewitched inspired several subsequent works, including a 2005 film adaptation of the same name. This film, while not a critical success, further illustrates the enduring appeal of the series' concept and characters. Additionally, the series has been referenced in various other media, including the popular TV show The Simpsons, indicating its lasting cultural impact. In essence, Bewitched, with its unique blend of fantasy and comedy, left an indelible mark on film history, influencing future filmmaking and inspiring numerous subsequent works.
Still have equal rights, no matter how handsome and attractive the men are.
When Dick York, the original Darrin on Bewitched, could no longer continue with the series, the show's creator, William Asher, considered canceling it. However, the show's high ratings led the network to request its continuation. Asher decided to bring in Dick Sargent as York's replacement, but had to address the issue of Darrin's changed appearance. He concluded that the audience would understand that they were watching an actor in a role, and chose not to provide an explanation. In later seasons, Bewitched's writers reused plots from earlier episodes. This practice, known as recycling, is common in television production. Alice Pearce, who played the role of Gladys Kravitz, worked on Bewitched until just 2 weeks before her death from cancer. Her memorable performance added depth to the show's cast of characters.
Basketball? He's gone off to play basketball at his age?
In the classic TV series Bewitched, the Stevens house is a familiar sight. Interestingly, there are 2 real-life houses that closely resemble it, one being a mirror image. However, their interiors do not match the show's layout. The color green is a significant element in this series, appearing in various shades and forms. It's not just part of the set decoration, but also a popular wardrobe color. Samantha, the lead character, often wears green, and so does Larry Tate. The hue is prevalent in the Stevens home, from their avocado carpet to their green painted walls and green accented decor. Another notable feature of Bewitched is its laugh track, which is absent in most non-English dubs. This absence allows international audiences to experience the show differently, without the constant laughter that is a staple of many American sitcoms.
I'm somehow connected with the Franklin Electronics account.
Will it help?
The popular 1964 TV series, Bewitched, is known for launching the acting career of Erin Murphy, who played the adorable Tabitha. Interestingly, several of the show's regulars, including Elizabeth Montgomery, Agnes Moorehead, David White, and Paul Lent, had previously guest starred on Burke's Law. This connection was further strengthened by the appearances of Francine York and Nancy Kovac on both shows. A closer look at the Stevens house reveals a Rembrandt painting titled Young Girl with a Broom in the Foyer during many color episodes. This could be a subtle reference to the witch motif that runs throughout the series. The presence of this painting adds a touch of elegance and sophistication to the Setvens home, reflecting the show's attention to detail and its commitment to creating a believable and engaging world for its audience.
Craziness. I suppose you know there's a law against this. I'm gonna throw the book at you.
I don't know these.
In the television series Bewitched, which aired from 1964 to 1972, certain visual effects were reused in multiple episodes. For instance, a clip of Aunt Clara attempting to walk through a wall and crashing into it, followed by Samantha's comment, "Maybe you weren't concentrating enough," was frequently used. Another recurring clip featured Samantha and Endora flying off through the patio door, with Endora exclaiming, "That's my gal." Elizabeth Montgomery, the actress who played Samantha, often claimed her birth year to be 1938. However, this created inconsistencies, such as making her younger than her younger brother, Robert Montgomery, Jr., who was born in 1936. The show underwent 4 different time slots during its 8-year run. Initially airing on ABC Thursdays from 900 to 9:30 p.m., it later moved to 9:30 to 1000 p.m. In 1971, it was shifted to Wednesdays 800 to 8:30 p.m., and finally, in 1972, it was aired on Saturdays 800 to 8:30 p.m.
Uncle Willie, come.
Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha on Bewitched, has been sharing her experiences from the show by making personal appearances at various events since 1997, and is also the owner of Bewitched memorabilia. Agnes Moorehead, who played Endora, was cast after a chance encounter with Elizabeth Montgomery and William Asher at a Bloomingdale's department store. Initially, Irene Vernon played Endora in the first season, but she was replaced by Moorehead in the second season due to her association with producer Danny Arnold, who had left the show after the first season ended.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Tell him we accept.
They accept. What's the party for, Dad?
In the 4th season of Bewitched, a significant event occurred when the April 4, 1968, broadcast was interrupted for coverage of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. The show's lead actress, Elizabeth Montgomery, experienced 3 pregnancies during filming. Her first pregnancy, which took place during the filming of the first season, was not incorporated into the storyline and was concealed by filming her scenes separately. Her subsequent pregnancies led to the births of Tabatha and Adam, with the characters' genders matching Montgomery's real-life children. Bewitched is inconsistent in its depiction of witchcraft. While Samantha and her daughter, Tabatha, can perform magic by twitching their noses, most other witches must recite rhyming spells aloud, often struggling to remember the correct wording. Samantha occasionally recites spells, but her powerful mother, Endora, does so almost every time she performs magic. Morris, Endora's husband, boasts about the superior strength of their immediate family's powers, further adding to the show's inconsistency. Agnes Moorehead, known as Endora on Bewitched, became a surrogate grandmother to Erin Murphy, who played Tabatha Stephens. In reality, Erin never had the chance to meet her own grandparents. The fraternal twins, Erin and Diane Murphy, shared the role of Tabatha, but Diane only appeared alone in one episode. Samantha fights City Hall when Erin fell ill. In the first season's 22nd episode, Eye of the Beholder, Samantha reveals her birthday to be June 6.
Here's your watch, sweetheart. The Dodger has this.
Agnes Moorehead, known for her role in Bewitched, did not find the filming process enjoyable. She had to wake up early, start makeup at 600 a.m., and continue filming until 800 p.m. The exterior of the Kravitz house in Bewitched is the same as the one used in The Partridge Family and The Donna Reed Show. When casting for the role of Tabatha, Helen Hunt and Jodie Foster were both considered. Despite the challenges faced during filming and the various actors considered for roles, the show remained a popular and enduring part of television history.
It's no problem changing you back.
Great. Well, goodbye.
Additional sponsors for Bewitched included Clairol, Kodak, Reynolds Aluminum, and Bristol Myers Drug. After Marion Lorne's sudden death in 1968, Alice Ghostley joined the cast as Esmeralda to fill the void left by Lorne's character, Aunt Clara. In 1984, the DFS program Exchange syndicated Bewitched, along with I Dream of Jeannie and The Partridge Family. However, they chose not to syndicate the first 2 black and white seasons, claiming that viewers preferred color programming. This decision upset many fans who saw it as censorship. After learning of the situation, Columbia Pictures Entertainment, Inc. intervened and the program exchange re-syndicated the black and white episodes from 1989 to 1991. Sony Pictures Entertainment, which owned Columbia Pictures, then took over syndication of Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, and The Partridge Family. Sony Pictures Television still syndicates every episode of Bewitched to this day.
Oh, you promised an explanation, a good one, a very good one.
On the set of Bewitched, special furniture was used for Dick York due to his back problems, with other cast and crew members assisting him. York's departure in 1969 due to a collapse was met with regret, as he always expressed feeling bad for not finishing the show. In the French dubbed version, some character names were changed, such as Darrin to Jean-Pierre, Larry Tate to Alfred, and Gladys Kravitz to Charlotte. Bernard Fox had a previous appearance as a witch-hunting anthropologist before becoming Dr. Bombay. Elizabeth Montgomery, known for her role in Bewitched, and her co-star Erin Murphy became increasingly concerned about Dick York's health issues during the series. York, who played Darrin Stevens, experienced severe back pain, leading to his departure after the 5th season. The show had to adapt due to his unpredictable availability, filming Darrin less scenes or rewriting scripts to accommodate his absence. In the 2nd season, 5 babies portrayed Tabatha Stevens, with Cynthia Black in the episode where Tabatha was born, followed by twins Heidi Gentry and Laura Gentry, and later replaced by Julie Young and Tamara Young. By the 3rd season, Erin Murphy and Diane Murphy, fraternal twins, took over the role, with Erin continuing solo from the 5th season onwards. Diane made occasional appearances, always wearing a wig. York's health issues resulted in uncertainty about his ability to work during the 3rd season. Although it is often assumed that he missed 13 episodes due to back pain, many of the episodes he missed were filmed after his departure and aired intermittently with completed episodes. Only 2 episodes were missed due to his back pain, with one being caused by his father's death.
Next stop, spinach, the whole plateful.
Marion Lorne, known for her role as Aunt Clara in Bewitched, appeared in the film The Graduate alongside Alice Ghostley, who later replaced her character. In the series, Endora, Samantha's mother, had a last name that was never revealed due to its supposed unpronounceability. Samantha's maiden name was likely different, as Darrin would have known it for their marriage license. The Tates, a neighboring family, had a son named Jonathan, a few months older than Tabatha, but he was only seen occasionally.
Dinner? I could risk it.
Johnny, why don't you want your father to know about...
In the 4th season of Bewitched, Dick York was nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy Series, ultimately losing to Don Adams of Get Smart. However, York's relationship with his co-star Elizabeth Montgomery was strained. Despite their on-screen chemistry as Samantha and Darrin, Montgomery and York did not get along off-camera, primarily due to William Asher's jealousy. York's behavior was affected by his painkiller addiction, which led him to use alcohol each morning to make it to the set. One recurring gag in Bewitched was Larry Tate's habit of repeatedly firing and rehiring Darrin Stevens. This running joke was inspired by an episode of My Favorite Martian titled A Nose for News, which aired 3 months before Bewitched's premiere. In this episode, David White's character, an ambassador, prompted Tim O'Hara's boss to threaten to fire him, leading to the gag's inception.
Be horsing around. For the last time, will you please show up?
In the TV series Bewitched, there is often confusion about the Kravitz's residence in relation to the Stephenses. While the shows depict the Kravitzes living across the street, the exterior shots are filmed at Columbia Ranch on Blondie Street, making it impossible for 2 houses to be directly across from each other. Instead, every house on Blondie Street faces a large park. The Kravitz home is typically the Partridge family house, located next to the corner church. Endora's long-sleeve dress, often worn under a sleeveless green duster, was not lavender as many believe, but a mauve-like shade of magenta. The color lavender is a soft pastel shade of purple, whereas the dress was a more saturated and darker hue. The exterior facade and interior set of the Stephens' home were also used in I Dream of Jeannie as the home of Dr. and Mistress Bellows in the episode One of Our Bottles is missing. This demonstrates the shared use of sets between different productions by the same studio.
Now, what time do you want the life of the party to appear?
Meaning you.
Well.
In the first season of Bewitched, Paul Lynde made an appearance as a jittery driving instructor for Samantha. Interestingly, Agnes Moorehead, who played Endora, Samantha's mother, had reservations about the show's scripts, but chose not to voice her concerns to the director, William Asher, as he was married to the series star, Elizabeth Montgomery. Alice Pearce, who played Gladys Kravitz, began filming Bewitched in September 1964, despite having undergone surgery and receiving a terminal cancer diagnosis in May of the same year. She managed to keep her condition a secret and continued working on the show for a year and a half before passing away. Her dedication and commitment to her role were truly commendable.
It's about 16. And none of them was Mr. Right? Oh, well, that may seem like a lot.
The popular 1960s TV show, Bewitched, is known for its long-running success and consistent storyline. The series' central formula, which remained largely unchanged throughout its 8-year run, revolved around Endora casting spells on Darrin, only for Samantha to intervene and save the day. The show's creators, Elizabeth Montgomery and William Asher, were initially pitched their own concept, but ultimately chose Bewitched due to its compatibility with their ideas. Bewitched also featured notable actors, including Morris Evans, who played the character Samantha's father. Despite his character sharing his real name, his colleagues often mispronounced it, leading to some confusion. Interestingly, Montgomery and Asher were hired as a team for the show, as they were looking for a project to work on together. The show's creators, Saul Sachs, recognized the potential in their partnership and offered them the opportunity to work on Bewitched. In summary, Bewitched was a successful and enduring TV show that followed a consistent formula throughout its run. Its cast included notable actors such as Morris Evans, and its creators, Elizabeth Montgomery and William Asher, were hired as a team due to their strong partnership.
Try to stay calm.
Calm? I've just been stunted out of 30 years.
In the second season of Bewitched, Kasey Rogers took over the role of Louise Tate from Irene Vernon. This change occurred due to Vernon's close friendship with a fired writer, Danny Arnold, which led to her departure. The show's producers requested that Vernon leave, and she did so under the pretense that her husband was unwell. Samantha's maiden name was never disclosed throughout the series, leaving it a mystery to viewers. The advertising firm McMahon & Tate was a playful twist on the well-known McCann agency based in New York City. This fictional firm was central to the show's plot, providing a backdrop for many of the characters' professional lives. In summary, Bewitched underwent a cast change in its second season, and certain details, such as Samantha's maiden name, remained undisclosed. The show's fictional advertising firm was a nod to a real-life agency, adding a touch of reality to the magical world of Bewitched.
Is everything hunky-dory, Mr. Stevens?
Oh, yes, fine. I was just taking a turn around the deck. Salt air is very refreshing.
Richard Crenna, known for his role in The Real McCoys, was approached to play Darrin in Bewitched, but declined due to his exhaustion from series television. Elizabeth Montgomery, who played the lead role of Samantha, holds the distinction of being the only cast member to appear in all 254 episodes. Interestingly, Dick Sargent, who later replaced Dick York as Darrin, and Robert F. Simon, who played Samantha's father Morris, had previously acted together in Captain Newman, MD, before Bewitched aired.
I think he's coming down with something.
Sam.
It does look kind of...
Elizabeth Montgomery successfully portrayed both Samantha Stevens and her more easygoing cousin Serena in Bewitched. Although many viewers were unaware of this and sent fan mail to Pandora's Box, the name given to Serena in the cast listing of many episodes. Dick Sargent, who played Darrin Stevens, only needed to wear glasses while rehearsing, but often didn't require them during actual filming. Morris Evans, who played the role of Samantha's father, is the second longest lived regular or recurring cast member of the show, having lived after Bernard Fox.
Well, I think in that case, Darrin, you should forgive and forget.
Samantha, the lead character in Bewitched, had a fondness for the New York Mets, the baseball team. In the show, Alice Ghostley first appeared as a clumsy mortal maid, which led to her being cast as the insecure Aunt Esmeralda, a babysitter for the Stevens children who would disappear when she felt inadequate or upset. Alice Pearce, who played the role of nosy neighbor Gladys Kravitz, had her passing announced during a live broadcast of Bewitched. The show's producers were impressed with Ghostley's performance and created the character of Esmeralda specifically for her.
No, I just tried this incantation, but nothing happened. I'll find another spell.
Richard Crenna was initially considered for the role of Darrin in Bewitched, but had to decline due to his commitment to Slattery's people. The show became a significant success in Japan, leading to the creation of the magical girl anime genre. Agnes Moorehead, known for her role as Endora, preferred to be remembered for her other performances. Her portrayal of the magical mother-in-law, however, remains noteworthy.
The other night?
Well, I must have had a bit too much to drink.
What happened?
In the initial draft of Bewitched's pilot episode, Samantha was considered to be named Cassandra. However, this was changed before the show's debut. The series' first few episodes introduced the main character's parents to the audience. Samantha's mother, Endora, met Darrin in the 4th episode, while Morris, Samantha's father, appeared in the 10th episode. Darrin's parents were introduced in the 14th episode, a few weeks into the show's first season. Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Samantha, had better chemistry with Dick Sargent, who replaced Dick York as Darrin in the show's later years. This improved dynamic extended to their off-screen relationship and even lasted until Sargent's death in 1994. Montgomery also had a good rapport with Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha, Samantha, and Darrin's daughter. In summary, Bewitched's first season gradually introduced the characters' parents to the audience, and Elizabeth Montgomery had better chemistry with her co-stars in the show's later years.
You're being ridiculous.
You, I turn my back on what happens. She marries a common old...
In the popular 1964 TV series Bewitched, the character named Darrin was changed to James in Brazil, as Darrin sounded feminine and was difficult to pronounce in Portuguese. Interestingly, Erin Murphy, the actress who played Darrin's daughter on the show, shares the same name as her TV father. Murphy and her husband, Darrin, have been married since 1998. The show star, Elizabeth Montgomery, married the show's producer, William Asher, during its run. In one episode in 1969, a valentine with their initials was displayed on a stadium wall, and the last season was produced by Ashmont, the couple's company. These details highlight the personal and professional relationships that intertwined with the making of the beloved series.
How does she know? Oh boy, I'm really wigging out.
The role of Samantha in Bewitched was initially offered to Tammy Grimes, but she declined. The show ran for 8 seasons, from 1964 to 1972, with a total of 254 episodes, both in black and white and color. ABC broadcast reruns in the late afternoon from 1968 to 1973 and introduced Saturday morning repeats in 1971. Alongside I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched was often aired back-to-back during this period. Dick York, who played Darrin, developed a close friendship with actress Agnes Moorehead, despite their on-screen conflicts. Their camaraderie off-screen demonstrated the ability of cast members to form genuine bonds, transcending the boundaries of their characters' relationships.
It was just a gag. You understand. It's hard to explain.
Well, let me help you.
The Stevens house exterior in Bewitched, a popular TV series from the 1960s, was constructed 2 years before the show's inception. It's worth noting that this house was also visible in the series Hazel, and was used in Bewitched's second season. Bernard Fox, an actor who played the part of Dr. Bombay, a witch doctor in Bewitched, holds a unique record. He reprised this role in the sequel Tabitha, and again in Passions, making him one of the few actors to play the same character in 3 different series. The original choice for the role of Samantha, the lovely witch, was Tammy Grimes, a Broadway star. However, she declined the part, which was then offered to Elizabeth Montgomery. Dick Sargent was initially chosen to play Darrin Stevens, Samantha's mortal mate, but he had other commitments and had to withdraw. Richard Crenna was approached next, but he also declined. Dick York, who eventually played Darrin, was the third choice for the role. Later, when York was unable to continue due to health issues, Sargent replaced him, but the change was never explained in the series.
A little fast teamwork and we avoided an accident.
Darrin, would you do me a favor? Get off my
In the second season of Bewitched, Alice Ghostley made her first appearance as Naomi, a chaotic maid at the Stevens home. However, in episode 17, Made to Order, she took on the role of Esmeralda, the Tate's usual maid, when their maid fell ill. Agnes Moorehead, who played Endora, had a strong dislike for filming due to the early call times and long hours. Initially, she only agreed to appear in certain episodes, but later changed her mind. In an unfortunate turn of events for the international market, the name of Tabatha, the young witch played by Erin Murphy, was changed to Tabitha due to a typo. This spelling change caused confusion in countries like France, where the name is pronounced Tabatha, as the I in Tabitha would change the pronunciation to Tabitha.
Larry, you never even saw it. Don't quibble about the details. I'm going home and celebrate all over again with...
The interior of the Stevens house in Bewitched was also used in the film Brian's Song. After the show ended, Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha, retired from acting. Samantha and Darrin's parents did not attend their wedding on the show. Darrin was introduced to Samantha's parents, Endora and Morris, in the first season, while Samantha met Darrin's parents later in the same season.
This whole thing was my fault. It was my fault. And
in the 8th season of Bewitched, lead actress Elizabeth Montgomery fell in love with director Richard Michaels, leading to the end of both their marriages and the cancellation of the show's 9th season. The relationship lasted 2.5 years. Serena, a character on the show, was listed in the credits as Pandora's Box, a reference to the term Pandora's Box. After Dick York, who played Darrin on Bewitched, was let go from the show, Elizabeth Montgomery did not maintain a close relationship with him. York mentioned in an interview that he called her only once before his death, and she had prior commitments.
Now that they've had a chance to talk, he's coming to...
The television series Bewitched, produced by Screen Gems Television, shares a unique connection with other popular family sitcoms. Many of these shows, including Bewitched, were filmed on the same set, known as Blondie Street at Columbia Ranch. This means that the same houses were used for different sitcoms, with the Anderson family home from Father Knows Best becoming the home for Gidget, Dennis the Menace, and I Dream of Jeannie. The Bewitched home also served as Dr. Bellow's home in I Dream of Jeannie, and later became the Partridge family home. Interestingly, France did not broadcast the final episodes of Bewitched featuring Adam as Darrin's son, as they did not purchase the rights to dub them. Additionally, several actors from Bewitched, including Elizabeth Montgomery and Dick York, also appeared separately on The Twilight Zone. These actors include Agnes Moorehead, David White, Sandra Good, Alice Pearce, and Dick Wilson. In summary, Bewitched is one of several sitcoms produced by Screen Gems Television and filmed on Blondie Street, with actors from the show also appearing on The Twilight Zone. The final episodes featuring Adam were not broadcast in France.
Critic Arthur Bryan has completed his judging in the annual charity art show on view at the University.
In the popular 1960s TV series Bewitched, Dick Sargent became the second actor to portray Darrin Stevens, taking over from Dick York midway through the show's run. Notably, York himself approved of Sargent stepping into the role. Behind the scenes, Bernard Slade, a director on the show, had a personal connection to the series, as he was married to Jill Foster, who played Darrin's secretary, Betty, from 1965 to 1969. This just goes to show that the world of television is a small one, with personal and professional relationships often intertwining in unexpected ways.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Tate?
In the 1964 television series Bewitched, supporting actors and actresses brought their own wardrobes, following advanced guidelines on what to wear. This practice differs from today's studio costume department handling. Interestingly, most female witch characters' names ended with the letter A, with exceptions like Abigail Beecham, Elspeth, and Mary. Bewitched had multiple actors playing the same roles, such as the 2 Darrins, 2 Gladys Kravitzes, 2 Louise Tates, and 2 of Darrin's father. Dick York left due to health issues, replaced by Dick Sargent, while Alice Pearce's Mistress Kravitz role went to Sandra Good after Pearce's passing.
But not for long.
The popularity of Bewitched played a significant role in the creation of I Dream of Jeannie. The French title of the show is Ma sorcière bien aimée, which translates to My Beloved Witch. This title appeared in French during the opening cartoon. At one point, Bewitched held the record for the longest-running fantasy genre show, lasting for 8 years and producing 254 episodes. This record was not broken until Supernatural surpassed it in 2016 with 266 episodes. Charmed and Smallville both fell short of this number with 8 and 10 years and 180 and 217 episodes, respectively.
Joe is going to apologize like the clean-cut fella he is, only you ain't going to accept as a...
If you have fond memories of the 1964 TV series Bewitched, we'd love to hear them. Share your stories and experiences related to this classic show that left a lasting impression on many. Tell us how it affected you personally or influenced your view of television. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the world of cinema. Your engagement helps us create more content that you'll enjoy. Let's keep the conversation going about this beloved series and its impact on our lives.
Oh, there they are. Now you just relax. I'll get it.